Hi everyone, it's Burgess. Thanks very much for joining me today. Today we're going to be painting a cute little squirrel, a very simple one. I'll leave the drawing up on the screen for you so that you can take a screenshot of it if you wish and have a go. So let's get started. Okay, this is going to be a very simple painting, so I'm going to start off by wetting down the squirrel, and what I'm going to do is avoid the eyes and the tail. And now I'm going to put down some Indian red. And we can lift out some highlights just to give the squirrel a bit of form. So we can lift it out on the arm here, and some along here. We can add a bit more along here, so it's protruding. Make this one a bit bigger, the ear, because it's in the front. But basically, you're using almost one color really. Paint this squirrel. We can lift out a bit of from the back, on the backhand. And add some extra dark for the mouth. Lift out some here. Now take some burnt sienna, which is slightly darker, and just add it to the folds where the legs meet the body and where the arms meet the body. Now, when you think about it, burnt sienna and Indian red, when you look at the colors rather, burnt sienna and Indian red are very similar. But as you can see here, they're not really similar at all because they look similar in the palette, but there is a slight difference. Now, I'm using burnt sienna here for the body, for the face, and for the height of the shadow areas. Darken this one a little. I'm going to darken this a little bit more in where the tail meets the end of the body. And darken some bits here too. Now, whilst that's drying, I'm going to work on the log. For this, I'm going to change my brush to a slightly bigger one. And what I'm going to do is wet it. Oops, it's already brown. Gosh, that's what I wanted. Wet it. Wet it down. this is from a previous color. Good Lord. Okay, doesn't matter. Just work slightly around the squirrel's legs because you want it to look like he's standing on it. I'm going to change the brush. And from the end, I'm going to just scratch out some markings on the wood, on the log. And this is the end of the brush I'm using. And then we can go in with darker colors in some areas. Really dark on the edges of the log. This is Van Dyke Brown, by the way. Just left a bit. If you feel that you put too much light color in, just do some lifting and it'll come right off. Now we're going to work on the tail, and for this I'm going to use a big brush actually. And so okay, so now what I'm going to do is, now I don't know whether this is going to work, so let's just see if it will. Now I'm going to wet the whole of the tail area and a bit more. Again, I have no idea whether this is actually going to work, but okay, now I'm going to use the Indian red and just basically just let it just spread. I'm going to use the cocktail stick to nudge out some of the fur here, a little bit here, just nudge it out, and maybe here as well, just nudge it out. And while it's wet, I'm going to go in with sienna, burnt sienna, to see if we can scratch out some hairs. Not hair, is it hair? Fur? Whatever. Now that he's dry, I'm going to put one more layer of the Indian red, like glazing, I suppose. And I'm going to take a dark sienna, burnt sienna, and just separate the two hands out, two sort of paws out. And add a bit more here and there. And now what I'm going to do is take the rigger and paint in the eyes, and I'm going to add a bit more. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to take the dark, the black, and make the paint the snout very, very simply. Put a bit more, and very simply paint in the eyes. Now I don't know how this is going to work, if I'm going to be able to, because it's so small. Take the black and a bit more shadow under the feet. It looks like he's resting on something. Okay, let's fix the cheeks a little. Maybe a little bit too much there. Maybe dab out a few to get a 3D form, because it looks rather flat. And we can dab a little bit out here too. forward. Wet. I need the dry. I want to put the... So here's our squirrel. If you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up, press the bell notification, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.